everybody. Welcome back to KGC Show. And today we are joined by a great artist, and he has an incredible song called People Like Us that is out everywhere. And it's a part of an album that we're going to get him to talk about and much more. Please give it up for Greg Wiggs, aka She Loves to Shop. How you doing, Greg?
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Happy to be here.
Great to have you on today.
Oh,
So, what part of Indiana are you calling us from today?
this be Northeast Indiana.
There you go. So you have had a great music career over that started over 50 years ago. Can you tell us how it started for you?
Sure. I was born and grew up in a musical family, influenced by cousins and my father, and went on to play a high school band with my brother. And from
Yeah.
there, it just kept going.
So when did you start getting into making music?
Oh, let's see. I suppose my first recording, digitally recording, took off probably 20 years ago. And I realized that I wanted to learn to mix music, but I didn't have any songs to mix. So if I wanted songs to mix, I had to record the music. And so I just started experimenting and throwing stuff together just so I'd have music to mix.
Yeah. Can you tell me what you remember most about making that first record?
The learning curve. The,
Yeah.
the learning curve, I was overwhelmed by the technology. Um, the learning curve is just brutal. There's so much. I was lost, but I kept at it and I kept plugging away.
Yeah. What do you remember most from recording that first album? Like what experience sticks out to you?
Well, I was very steadfast and pragmatic in the way I approached it. I spent 2 years simply learning how to master my own material. The same 12 songs, I didn't record anything, I didn't do anything but chisel away at those songs because I was looking for the sound of a professional, better, the grade that, and so I just kept at it and I was unhappy until I got it and I just worked at it where finally I could release it. But there was 2 years where I didn't do anything. I was seriously just focused on learning and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
So that's what I remember
So,
most, man. It was painful.
yeah. Can you talk to us a little bit about a song on your album Peaceful Teenage Bully called People Like Us and the message for it and the video for it?
Okay. Yeah, sure. The message basically is as it comes across, and you listen to the lyrics where it will tell you that we need to open up and express ourselves and love each other. And there's good times and bad times, and we can communicate with each other if we try. And what a better place the world would be if it was filled with people with that mindset.
Yeah.
And
What do
does
you,
that answer your question?
yeah. Yeah, you did great, man. Can you talk to us a little bit about this latest album called Peaceful Teenage Bully and the mindset for this record?
Well, let's see. I started that album midsummer, and I hadn't had the title yet. I just started some tunes, and I felt that this album represented a turning point for me artistically and sonically. I uncovered some things in my DAW and some acquired tools that would give me the sound I was hoping for, more of a professional level sound. And as I went through it, inspirations came for different songs, and I started putting things together, and they just kind of acquire. I throw them in the folder together. Then after a while, I'm looking at this folder of 8 or 9 songs, and I'm thinking, hey, this is shaping up into maybe a bigger idea. And so then you go through it, and I put it together, and the title, "Peaceful Teenage Bully," came to me in a dream. I woke up in the morning and had this peaceful teenage bullies thing going through my head, and I could kind of remember a little bit about this place I was in the dream, and I couldn't entirely remember it, but I could remember walking away with that phrase, waking up with it. And I took it to the Lord, and I'm like, well, I don't know what this means exactly, but I'm sure there's something to it. So when it came time to put the album together, the title, that peaceful teenage bully popped right into my head again. And I'm like, why not? That's just different enough. And maybe that's, I'll use it. Hey, if that's what I'm told, that's it. That's it. So who am I to argue?
Yeah.
And I put together and used that name, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
And I
What do
kind of look
you
at myself thinking, hey, maybe I am the peaceful teenage bully.
what experiences from or what feedback have you heard from the fans that really inspired you?
Okay, well, you go to social media sites like Twitter, X, or wherever you go, and you meet people and you share your music, and those places are really good for validation. It's a group community where that's what we want, and we encourage each other, and you get that validation that hey, your stuff doesn't stink, or that's what we like about your stuff's weird. I heard that a lot, right? But we like weird. Lo and behold, little did I know that there was a audience out there for weirdness. I mean, I was kind of shy, very shy about putting this out there and sharing it because it's like being in your underwear. You don't like that feeling. So uh, I tiptoed into it and got this validation, and then I kept having this nagging question. Okay, great, but are my mixes, is my mastering translating? That's another thing the artist people have a question. Does it sound okay on your system? Does it sound okay where you're at? Because I just do everything right here on what I've got, and I learned to trust in the sounds I'm getting. And there's a whole like scientific experiment that you can do as an engineer to make sure your stuff works. But yeah, the question is, hey, I got validation. I started getting answers, and I started feeling better about it.
There you go. Now, a quick break from the music just for a second because I have to ask you, when you hear the name, when a girl loves to shop or she loves to shop, you think that's a female band. But how did you become that and turn it into a business?
Okay, well, prior to She Loves to Shop, I was going with the name as an umbrella, meaning I could do any genre because I jump around in genres a lot. I jump around through, I'll blend genres. I'll just do whatever I want. And I originally was going with the name Cosmic Clown because it's cosmic and anything goes, and it was usually on the funnier upside of a clown thing. And I even had the idea to fabricate a band with four individuals in it that were, nonfic or they were fictional. And I had some interesting stuff going on. I mean, I thought it was funny. I had a bass player named Quake. The drummer's name was Digit, which, if you read it, it's Digit. And then I had Rocco played guitar, and I had Rolo. So that was my thing. But I started having that feeling of no, that's deceptive. I don't want to do that. I'll have to put myself out there. So I dropped the Cosmic Clown thing, and I questioned what to call this effort I'm doing. And honestly, my wife loves to shop, but that's not the sole reason. I mean, she takes it like a sport. She'll grab the girls and say, "We're going shopping," and I'll say, "What for?" She said, "I don't know." And good thing she does, or there wouldn't be anything around here because I don't shop at all. I don't buy anything hardly. Guitars, that's all I buy. And um, so as the she loves to shop grew on me, I also realized that it coexisted with the ideas of situations we have in our society with commercialism, um, the concepts of materialism, and on and on. And it got me thinking, this is perfect. Thank God it's perfect because it gives me a platform that I can stand on to speak out against our materialistic selves and our wants and our needs and things that the big ball wax. It just gave me the platform.
Yeah. Wow. I love the name. It's so creative, and I think that it fits the style of your music perfectly, man.
Well,
So,
thank you. That's great.
yeah, man. So, for the people that know, because you've said it, you've produced, you've sung, you've written, mixed, and mastered everything you've done. Can you talk to us about the learning experience from when you first started till now?
Oh, brother. Um, a lot of trial and error. I started out musically on the instruments of violin when I was 12 years old. I didn't like that. It's boring. I switched to the trumpet because it was flashier and we got to do the marching band thing in school. And then rock and roll entered my life. My dad played guitar and he had his rockabilly country bands. So I'm like, boom, I'm gonna play guitar. I'm gonna play lead guitar. I'm gonna be better than my dad. So I approached my dad, and he said, "Hey, you gonna play it? Just do it." And well, I was going to show him up. So that gave me some motivation to try to outdo the old man. I stuck with it, and he was happy. And so then later on, I had an opportunity to play bass in a band, and I thought, what the heck, it gives me something to do. They don't need a guitar player. Sure, I'll play the bass. So we got a working band together. We played for 3 years in the bars, parties, clubs, whatever we could get. And then I kind of took a retirement thing where I got married and had kids and went to work, worked hard, and I come back to doing music. And so to answer your question, I forgot that question.
The What have you learned most from writing,
Right.
song? Yeah.
Gotcha. Just be like a sponge. I don't know, this whole producer thing. I'm sure Jeff will back me up. Producing anything, it's a million and one decisions, and you got to live with your decisions. So you, personality wise, you have to be able to make a decision and live by it. Um, so what I learned from it was exactly that reinforcement of acquiring these skills and sticking to it and constantly just I can't tell you it's like a fire. It just consumes you. Like you want to learn it, you want to do it that badly. You just I used to get up in the mornings when I was learning to play guitar. I used to play before I go to school. I would take the guitar to school. I'd come home and play after school. I mean, it was just like that kind of attitude, the self discipline. Do it and
Yeah.
and and don't give up. That's true.
That's good. That's good. That's real good. What has the music industry taught you as an artist?
Oh gosh. Oh, that's okay. Try to make it quick, right, Jeff? It's taught me that I don't like the music industry. It's taught me I don't like what it represents. I don't like the sinful nature of most music. As far as I mean, I'm not trying to sound preachy. I just don't like well, what's out there for young impressionable minds. There's too much where kids can listen to this stuff, or whatever, and they get the wrong viewpoint. They're getting the wrong attitude on everything is instant gratitude. So this comes back to my She Loves the Shop platform. Instant gratitude, bad. I mean, you got to work for what you get. There's no free lunch, that's true. And so it's taught me that it's a slippery slope. I'm telling you, I've met some great people in the business, but the business model as a whole, it's changing right now as we speak, and hopefully, I'll help to usher in this new indie music uh, revolution where people will shut down what they're being spoon fed through, you know, AI and pre-programmed stuff, and they'll start listening with their hearts instead of with their heads because young impressionable minds is what they're after, and that's what we're trying to prevent. We're trying to prevent these young impressionable minds being misled and looking at the world in a different way that's unhealthy. So
Yeah. Great. Great
I
answer.
did. It worked out.
Last couple questions I have for you. What has faith meant to you in your career?
Well, it, it's all there is, really. I mean, faith in life, faith in the next moment, faith in you can have questions and you can have doubts and you can test God and you can fight God and you can argue uh, and you can go the other way too and get yourself worked up with your self-righteous and you could get on a savior identity crisis, and stuff like that. But when it comes to at the end of the day, that as they say, um, at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, am I God? No, you're not. And this new way of thinking, this what do they call it? The anyway, this idea that you're self-empowering, it's all in your mind. What you think can manifest, and what you do, and all that. That's a bunch of booey hoo, without the guiding, you know, light of the consciousness, the Christ consciousness, you don't have anything. Because if you rely on just yourself, and that's where I say about this music, I don't take the credit for, I've said this to myself a long time ago. I don't know where this stuff's coming from if it's not from God, because I certainly don't have the gray matter to put this shit together, pardon my language.
Mhm.
And, um, I really get worked up about it because this egotistical thing, man. If you got an ego, you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to learn anything about the universe, about nothing. If you got an ego, you just might as well forget it. It's when you drop the ego that you're open to um, what's available. The income you can open up, and knowledge and enlightenment can happen. And I definitely believe that the Christ consciousness is the enlightenment that we need. So there's that.
Well, do you have any new music for the fans in 2026, man?
Absolutely do. Absolutely. I told Jeff Panzer, great guy. I told him this in a conversation we had not too long ago. When I make music, I've lived with it so long, producing it and going through the steps, that I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm not moving on. I'm ready for something fresh, new. And so to try to promote it and get behind it and talk about it, it's difficult because I'm so over that. If it's self therapy, then great. I've gotten all the therapy I need from that. So I'm looking forward to what, what I'm given next. And as it works out right now, hopefully I got another project, another album that I'm mixing and going through, and um, hopefully it'll be interesting and can attract some ears. We'll see.
There you go. And I pray to God that you come back and talk to us when that album is ready.
I will. Hey, check this out. I just learned right before we came on that my laptop I just got for Christmas
Yeah.
um has a camera. And
Yeah.
so if this isn't the best way to do it, we can try the other way.
Sounds good. But we would love to keep
Yeah.
having you on the show and keep updating us with new music from you. You're a podcast
It's
favorite
like
now.
talking about yourself. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you are. But I do not like talking about myself, regardless of I like talking with people. As long as I don't want to talk about me. I mean, if you want to know stuff, I can talk about that. But as far as like, how did you do that? I mean, where, especially the inspiration. Like I said, the inspiration I can't say any more than what I've said. It comes to me. I share it. We talked about being an instrument of God's will. That's all I try to be. I
Yeah.
try to walk around this world as an antenna, open minded to what I'm hearing. And the Lord's given me wisdom enough to see things I don't like, things I do like. And I'm kind of thick headed when it comes to my beliefs. I definitely believe what I believe. Anything else, I don't want to hear it. Anything else, I don't want any part of it.
Now, I would love to keep we'd love to keep chatting, but all shows got to come to an end. So thank you, Greg, for coming out
All
and
right.
hanging out with us. But I got one more question for you before you get out of here. Where can the fans go and keep up with you?
I have a website. She loves number two shop.com. She loves to shop.com. And I just recently started to revamp it. I don't know if it's really very interesting. I maybe I shouldn't say that, but like everything else, I've seen it 100 times. But you can definitely go there and learn about some of the albums I've previously done. A little more insight into my philosophy that we talked about. Um, it's not really much to it, but it will get you started. And then from there, it basically says just listen to the tunes. If you like, if you can get on, go listen.
So make sure that you guys listen to all of his stuff on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon. Make sure that you guys go to his website, she loves two, number two, shop.com. And all of those links will be linked down in the description. And Greg, thank you so much yet again for joining us on the KGC show and hope to host you again here real soon, buddy.
All right, I'll definitely look forward to speaking with you and doing this again because I enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. And is this your first ever podcast?
It's the best one I've ever done. Oh, maybe I
Well,
shouldn't say that. It's I've got good internet connection, so we haven't had any dropouts with latency. We haven't stepped on each other too much in our conversation. Um, but it's not the first. No, not actually.
wow. I'm honored.
Close to.
And go ahead.
No, it's just close. It's maybe the
Okay.
third.
Wow. I'm so honored that you came on and you did a great job. I can't wait to have you on yet again. And please, everybody, go listen to She Loves to Shop and go support such a great individual from KGC and his team. Thank you guys for watching the great She Loves to Shop, aka Greg Wiggs. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, sir.
See you later, everybody.
Bye.
Bye now.